A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. And in this edition of the Morning Wrap, we have got lots of action coming up. What happened in the match yesterday, the double header that is there today on Saturday, and some other action from the world of sports, other sports, if you may say. Now, the Rajasthan Royals versus Gujarat Titans encounter at the Savai Mansingh Stadium in Jaipur was as one sided as it could get. Rajasthan could not manage a big score, and Gujarat Titans chased it down with over 36 balls to spare. 39 ball victory, and they won by 9 wickets. Now, Gujarat Titans' victory ensured that they now have a 3-point lead at the top of the table. And today, any team that wins, maybe the likes of RCB, MI, or CSK, they can now make a trip into the top four very, very easily indeed. The first game is MI versus CSK, and the second game is DC versus RCB. But before I get to those games, there was a moment that happened yesterday involving Rashid Khan. I mean, Rashid Khan yesterday confirmed that why he is one of the best in the business when he took 3 for 14. And during the match, when Trent Bolt hit a six, the ball landed straight in the cameraman's path, and he unfortunately got injured. Lot of concerned people are looking at whether the cameraman was all right. Rashid Khan in particular, he jumped over the boundary ropes. He then checked on the cameraman and asked whether he was fine. And that gesture won him a lot of hearts on the internet, because Rashid Khan is not just a fine bowler, he's also a fine human being. And he showed his concern immediately. Play was halted for a brief while, but then Rashid Khan ensured that the cameraman was all right. Everybody was safe, and then he came onto the field and then ensured that play went on. Now, you know that a popularity of a particular individual means that in his home country, he can create a new trend. He can be the new pathbreaker. Rashid Khan is doing exactly that in Afghanistan. When asked after his man of the match performances, like, how many leg spinners have you inspired in Afghanistan? He said, well, now I see it that there may be about 1,000 leg spinners who want to copy me or who want to bowl like Noor Ahmed, because when he last played the IPL, when in 2017, when he made his debut, he said that 250 leg spinners had already begun their training in Afghanistan. Now, because of that, 6 years later, he said the number would have increased to 1,000. And that is why 1,000 more spinners, that's what Afghanistan is creating. Noor Ahmed is already following the path of Rashid Khan in a big, big way. And that is why you have to credit Rashid Khan for creating a new path-breaking course when you look at it in Afghanistan cricket. Noor Ahmed is one of the. Then you talked about Zaheer Khan, the leg spinner who played in the Melbourne Renegades side in the Big Bash League. He's not in the IPL, but he definitely had an impact in the Big Bash League as well, Zaheer Khan. So, lot of mystery spinners are cropping up in Afghanistan, and it is all thanks to the brilliance of Rashid Khan. But the same cannot be said about the other camp when we talk about Rajasthan Royals. They started the season with 4 wins and 1 loss. Now the tables have flipped. 1 win and 4 losses in the last 5 games. The unfortunate thing is Sanju Samson and his Rajasthan Royals unit, as a batting unit in particular, they are floundering. They are really, really not able to ensure that they get that consistency towards the business end of the tournament. Josh Butler, he has been a major, major disappointment in the last 5 to 6 games. Whenever Butler has not fired, Rajasthan Royals have struggled. Yashasvi Jaiswal, who looked good yesterday, he threw away his wicket because of a run out and a misunderstanding with Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson, now what do we say about him yet again? For the last 5 games, ever since that knock that he played against the Gujarat Titans, he has yet again flattered to deceive. Once again, he is having a very middling season. He has not brought the doors down in a big, big way. Sanju Samson now is a conundrum. If you want to look at just the IPL performances alone for an India cricket team selection, which many, many people are advocating, how do you base that on? Because Sanju Samson needs to at least have a season where he scores about 500, 600 runs. At least that is the bare minimum. 600 runs at least for the position that he's batting in. But he's not been able to do that. And that is why in the post-match presentation, Sanju Samson was saying that We need to assess whether we are playing good cricket or not. Apparently, they aren't playing good cricket because four matches they have lost out of the last five. And that's why now they are fourth in the points table. And because of GT's win, the likes of MI, the likes of RCB, the likes of PBKS, the likes of KKR, all of them have a great, great chance. But as far as Sanju Samson is concerned, if he doesn't turn his form around in the remaining 4 to 5 games, then it will be once again very difficult for him to break into the Indian cricket team setup. I mean, you need solid performances, right? For a consistent run in the Indian under cricket team, in the Indian cricket team, what has Sanju Samson done in all these years? What has Sanju Samson done in the IPL so far, barring one or two brilliant knocks that he's played? Yes, he's played one or two brilliant knocks, but where is the consistency? The consistency is missing. And that has been the case with Sanju Samson for a very long time. If Butler fails, Jaiswal falls cheaply, and Sanju Samson is inconsistent, then suddenly Rajasthan Royals team that looks brilliant on paper, that actually is crumbling. So they need Josh Butler to fire. If Josh Butler doesn't fire, then I'm sorry. Then it's the end of Rajasthan Royals' playoff hopes. So it's a very, very intense couple of days that are going to come up now, and that is why today the table will see massive churn when you look at it, because MI versus CSK. This is the best part now. El Clasico Part 2. And you have to figure out when was the last time Chennai did the double on the Mumbai Indians. Maybe it has been over a decade. Because if you look at MI versus CSK, when you're playing at Chepauk, it is actually Mumbai Indians' fortress. They have not lost there in the last 4 to 5 years, in the last decade, if you may say. The last three losses prior to the PBKS RR match, which Chennai Super Kings lost at Chepauk, it was against the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians have an excellent record there at the MA Chidambaram Stadium, and Rohit Sharma's side are on the upswing at this point in time. They now will be determined to ensure that they hurt the Chennai Super Kings, because if Mumbai Indians manage to win, then they can go very well up to third or second in the points table. If they don't win, then it will be a missed opportunity for Mumbai Indians yet again. And because RCB are knocking on their doors, if RCB win against DC today, then it is going to be a hell for leather scrap for the top four positioning. And that's why GT are comfortable with 14 points for the time being. Chennai with 11, that 1 point that they only managed in that game against Lucknow Super Giants could prove to be the difference maker at the end of the day. Now, the second game today is DC versus RCB. Delhi Capitals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. You can very well expect crowd support to be in Virat Kohli's favor. I mean, he's coming to his home ground, he's going to play there, and the fans are just going to go berserk. Remember, wherever Virat Kohli has gone outside of Bengaluru, the support that he's been getting has been tremendous. And Delhi Capitals, who are already at the bottom of the table, they are going to find it very difficult to ensure that they can break the rut. Remember, they have not beaten Royal Challengers Bangalore ever since 2021. So it's going to be a very, very important game for Royal Challengers Bangalore. This is the best opportunity for them to cement their spot in the top four. If they lose this, and if Mumbai win, then it is going to be a very tricky situation for them, because they play most of their games now away. Royal Challengers Bangalore are going to play most of their games away, but Mumbai Indians, on the other hand, they have a mixture of home and away as well. So Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings, El Clasico Part 2. DC versus RCB, it is going to be Virat Kohli versus Saurav Ganguly Part 2. Because remember, in the previous encounter, there was a cold handshake jibe. I mean, remember, Ganguly and Kohli did not see eye to eye in that as well. And that is why this match will have a lot of sparks. That's why Virat Kohli versus Saurav Ganguly Part 2. What will happen after the end of the game? It's anybody's guess. Will the relations be cordial this time? Will Virat Kohli yet again have a go at Saurav Ganguly? Or will sparks fly yet again? This is what we are going to expect from this game between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Delhi Capitals in the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Now from cricket, let us shift our attention to other sports. And today we are going to see the qualifying of the Miami Grand Prix, and that is going to be a very interesting encounter, because The Miami Grand Prix will be the first of the many races that will be played in the Americas. So you'll have to watch out for that. It is late in the night, but we'll be bringing you updates on the Miami Grand Prix as well. Now on Lionel Messi. Now Lionel Messi finds himself in a very, very awkward situation at this point in time. Remember, he had an unauthorized trip to Saudi Arabia, which did not go down well with the club. And in the night yesterday, Lionel Messi posted a forgiveness video on his Instagram account wherein he said that it was all a misunderstanding. There was actually a scheduling conflict that Paris Saint-Germain had. He thought that they would be off on training on that particular day. That is why he planned the trip to Saudi Arabia. But apparently, when he came to know that there was training, the damage had been done. Lionel Messi has said that yes, I had cancelled the trip earlier, but then this time I couldn't cancel it, so I had to go to Saudi Arabia. I am anyway apologetic. I ask for forgiveness. I await what action the club takes for me. Lionel Messi has been suspended for 2 weeks, by the way, by Paris Saint-Germain, and that means he may have played his last game for the club in the coming weeks. Because although Paris Saint-Germain will win the Liga title, it is going to be a very, very difficult situation at this point in time. Well, Real Messi is anyway not getting his contract renewed by PSG. So where will he head to? Is he headed back to Barcelona? Is he headed to Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, or is he going to go back to Argentina? That is that's the question everyone has. Because if PSG do not renew his contract, will he ever play in Europe? Just like Ronaldo, who's not playing in Europe, he's playing with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Is Lionel Messi going to go the same route? It remains to be seen. So that is the situation regarding Lionel Messi. Then we look at the other instance of the wrestlers' protest. Now remember, the wrestlers have formed two committees. One will involve 31 members, the other will involve 9 members. All the agitating wrestlers are not going to be part of both the committees. The committees will decide what is the future course of action that they need to be taken. One thing is for sure, they are going to ensure that the agitation continues. And yesterday, whatever happened, whatever were the actions that the police took on the agitating wrestlers, whatever was the heckling that PT Usha got, the IOA chief, the unfortunate thing is this is now become much more than the wrestlers versus Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. It's now the question of ego. Who will buckle down? Who will make way? That is the only situation at this point in time. Remember, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, the sideline WFI chief, has got an FIR registered under him. He is not yet been arrested. That is one of the key demands that the wrestlers have demanding at Jantar Mantar at this point in time. So, two committees to decide what will be the course of action. That's the key part here. And we end this morning wrap with one of the most beautiful stories that you can have today. Napoli, after 33 long years, they have won the Serie A, and it is truly a David versus Goliath story. I mean, for very long, you've seen the Milan teams, Juventus, everybody they have dominated, but Napoli clinched the Serie A for the first time in 33 years to break the Turin Milan, you may say, hegemony. So it's a very good sign that another new club has won the Serie A, and that will mean renewed interest for the season that will be coming ahead. So congratulations to Napoli for ensuring that they give football something to cheer about. And the celebrations were intense, the celebrations were simply magnificent. And remember, Napoli and all those areas during the COVID pandemic were the worst affected in the Italian region and in Europe at that point in time. So this win is a tonic for all the football fans in that region. And congratulations to Napoli for winning the Serie A after 33 long years. And they had to do it in one of their favorite children's stadium, Diego Maradona. It was as if the hand of God was indeed guiding them towards the title. Remember, Maradona was one of the key figures when Napoli were winning the title, and he ensured that Napoli had won the title in 1990. After his death, the stadium has been named after him, and that is why to win it in front of 1,000 fans, and that too in the stadium that was named after their star player, is a welcome tribute indeed. So congratulations to Napoli, and that will be it for this edition of the Morning Wrap. Yes, Today is a double-header, DC versus RCB. That is the evening game that will happen at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. But the first match is the El Clasico, Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings. It's going to be a humdinger. And who are the favorites? It's anybody's game. Mumbai Indians are on the upswing. They can win it actually. Chennai Super Kings no longer having the home dominance. Remember, they have lost 2 games at home, which is a rarity indeed. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.